Hey guys, welcome to the Model Citizen Podcast. We're your hosts, Hunter and Michaela. We are so excited to have you here. All right, let's dive in.
Hello.
Hello. Dude.
Welcome back to the Model Citizen Podcast. I'm your host, Michaela McGrady.
And I'm your host, Hunter McGrady.
How are you?
I'm good.
No relation.
Well, no relation. How funny would that be? Welcome back to the Short Hair Girl podcast.
Dude, this is the Short Girl Bob podcast.
I've never, if you guys are watching the video, I chopped about, I would say, what? 5 inches?
Yeah, I would say about 5.
5 inches off. It was like down to here.
Yeah,
I would say about 5 inches off.
right.
And just like on a whim, I just woke up one day and I was like, I'm going to cut my hair. And now this opened up a can of worms.
Did it? Because now where are we at?
Now I'm like, what if I did this? And what if I did that? You know what I mean? So I just need to like sit with it.
Right.
Before I go cuckoo.
I highly recommend everyone go get a haircut. Like, and I don't mean just a haircut. I mean like, we need a new look. Okay, we need everyone to go either do a different color, do a highlight, do a bang, do a short.
Exactly what it was. It was kind of like I loved the bangs because it was the new look, and then it got a really great response. And then I was like, I want to try this now, and this has gotten a really good response. The amount of people who were like, I'm taking this into my hairdresser.
I knew they would. Are you not doing bangs anymore? Then are they gone?
No, bangs are still here. They're just cutting away. The thing is with a wispy bang is that people, I think a lot of times do a bang like a straight across and they cut a lot of hair. You really only need this. And I know I've talked about this before. It's like this, but I think that when people see this, they don't think it's substantial enough. So they're like, but it's not like a true, and it's like, that's really all you need.
Well, it's the suggestion of a bang. That's
right.
important.
And it's enough to pull to the side too.
Right.
But imagine if I just did a straight and this.
I mean, the thing is that you have the kind of facial structure where it would look really good still.
I think I would look really corporate.
Me, on the other hand, can you imagine me with a straight across? You don't have to imagine
Strawberry
me.
Shortcake.
You can just go look at a photo of me in middle school when I did that. When I did a shortcut and a bang. I don't know.
Do you think your forehead got smaller? Because how did you have such a long bang? That was long bang. Or did they like what was the vibe? Because it literally started back here and went so far down.
What do you mean? When I was in middle school?
Yeah.
No, it started here and ended here. You need to take a photo. Yeah, I'll send you a photo. It started here and it was like, I'm a bang, and then it stopped. Okay. You know what I mean? Like it was the most pathetic bang. And it's like, you either need to go full Rosie the Riveter.
Yeah.
Or you need to like have it to where it's like literally poking you in the eyeball. This is if you have a small forehead. There's no in between, because if you do it right here.
No. Unless
you're like an alternative emo goth girl, because then that's kind of fire.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, are you with me here? Is anyone getting the fantasy?
No,
or should I just quit this podcast?
Well, quit the podcast.
Should I just end this?
But like, when you're just like trying to figure it out, like the hair is like cuckoo right now.
Well, remember I was like, we were talking about how I wanted to like potentially go blonde, and like,
oh my God, yeah. And Kennedy and I were talking, and we just like think you should just do it.
I know everyone like you.
She also said that the best time to do it would be right now when you're short, because that's what my dresser
was saying.
Yeah, instead of like letting it fry and then having to cut all your hair off, like you're doing it now and then you just trim as you go, and then once you're blonde, you just let it grow out.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's exactly what my hairstylist said. I just like don't know. It's so funny because it's like I just feel like the red is so vibes with my personality. Like when I look in the mirror, I love it. You know?
Well, then like don't change it then.
I know.
Don't listen to us.
Here's the thing. I need a wig. Because I love different hair. And unfortunately, like a blonde and a red, those are not things that can just be quickly interchanged, okay? It's not like I have like a light blonde and I can be like, I want to go more summer blonde. And then for, fall, I want to go a little bit. It's like, no, you have to revamp every single thing about you. And it takes 6 months.
That's how I feel with short hair.
Yeah, right.
You're a whole person. By the way, my husband was like, did you get it cut? Kayla, I'm not even kidding you. He was like, "It's still long to me." And I was like,
I mean, it is still on. The thing about you girls with long hair is that you guys will get a cut from here to here and you're like, "Oh my god, it's so short." And to
"Okay, but this is
me,
short for me."
but yes, and I know because I look at you all the time, but to me, it
It's so
is a
long.
shortcut for sure, but it's not short hair. Do you know what I mean?
Right, it's
Short
not
hair is here and above to me.
so right.
Anything,
This is mid-length
if you
because it's
have this much,
collarbone.
yeah, if you have like this much still, that's long hair to me.
Yeah, it's just
You're,
so
you
funny because
can't
like,
pull it up more. You're like this. You're like, but what if it's like,
no, like this. I wanna style my hair like that. You know how like, people do that?
yeah, that's really cute.
But,
We mean
it's
people
just
did. Remember when I did that little like flip when I
yes. But
first did
remember
my
when it
cut?
was, like,
It's
really
cute.
popular?
Yeah,
Like, the
it's a
night like,
cute look.
very, like yeah, but
It's
also it's
very
just so
60s, like
funny.
twiggy.
Yeah, and then I
It's
just
very
need, like, a
twiggy tea,
thick
70s.
it just goes to show you guys that guy you could literally cut a foot off your hair and, like, you like, we think guys care about, like, a stretch mark. They don't even care if you literally come back with a bob. They don't even know. They're literally
N
like, "What?"
no, which is really funny though because your husband's really into aesthetics, but I also just think that, like,
I know.
unless you were to come home with, like, a full, like, blue hair barista pixie cut, he wouldn't have
Right.
noticed.
It's also funny how boys are so stuck in their way because I've been like basically doing so Brian's been wanting to change his style for a while now.
Right.
And I said, "Okay, well let me help you. Like let me just buy you things that I think will look good on you and that you will ultimately like, but you would never
Mhm.
choose for yourself."
Mhm.
So, I started with this pair of linen pants that he would have never normally chosen, like a linen pant,
Right.
and he loved them. He was like, "I love, love, love." And then I went bold and I said, "What about a pair of Levi, like, cut off jean shorts that are, like, kind of frayed at the bottom," right? And I showed him first and he was like, "Absolutely no." Okay.
I can't even fathom Brian in a
Okay, but
cutoff.
Michaela,
Can you
I
imagine
have
Martin
to
in a
send you a
cutoff denim?
photo. I have to send you a photo because guess what? Guess who ordered them?
And they look great, I'm
They
sure.
look so good. He looks so good in them. Okay, here's the
Does
thing.
he like them?
He Michaela, he literally loves them. He was like, "I'm gonna try them on," and then he was like, he didn't like want to be fully wrong, and he was like, "Yeah, like I like them," and then he literally was like, "I'll just wear these today." Can't admit. Here's the thing. It was
You have to
that
pull these
with
men out of their comfort zones,
you have
kicking and
to.
screaming.
The thing is it's like it's that with like a hat and like a cool t-shirt and a cool shoe, a cool Nike
Mhm.
or Converse, and like he loved it and that's how he wants to start dressing. And I was like, "So you just have to let the visionary create the
Yeah,
vision for you
right.
because I
You need
know
to
what you
let go
want.
and let God.
Let go and let
You're God in
God."
this situation. Do you follow Parker York on Instagram at
No.
all? Okay, so if you guys don't follow him, or at least have your partners if they want to like spice up their style a little bit, follow Parker York. He is like he
Really? Like
does
what's
like
his
outfit.
aesthetic?
Well, it's like he does these challenge. He literally just released a book that's like all about how to style as a man.
Is he the guy from
And
TikTok who like comes in and like does like fast like where
no,
he like is sliding towards the camera?
no,
Oh, okay.
maybe. I don't know. I don't think he's like a white guy. He has like grayish hair,
Okay, no.
kind of
Not who I'm thinking
handsome.
of.
But yeah, definitely like check him out and also like have Brian follow him because what I think is cool is like he's really good at like doing things out of the box and he'll do like challenges. He'll be like, how to style an outfit if I was a Scooby-Doo character, but like then it like
I
looks
love it.
cool. It just has like elements, you know what I mean? Or
I
like it'll be
love
like
it.
how to style if I was like, from Twilight, or if I was going to the Kentucky Derby and wanted to wear purple, like
Oh
he'll
my god,
just
I
do
love
and he does a
that.
really good job. I think he does a really good job. So yeah, if you are like somebody who like I don't really think that I'm like super tapped into I am a little tapped into men's fashion, but I'm also like, I don't know, it's like guys have to like be comfortable in what they're wearing
Yeah, but
or it's
here's
really tough for them cuz like we're used to being sometimes uncomfortable in outfits.
right. And like they also are so simple. You know what I mean? They're so just like this plus this equals this, right?
Mhm,
Like
mhm. They love a
jean
formula.
jean plus black crew neck shirt
Mhm.
plus Nike high top or boot equals outfit. And that's it.
Mhm.
And that's why they have to have the same thing 500 times and they never get rid of it. And it's 10
Right.
years old. They don't go shopping. And
Right.
so I'm trying to like push him with that. So I'm going to definitely follow that guy. Also, they do have to be comfortable, but I'm like, you can still be comfortable. If you're comfortable in a jean, you can be comfortable in a jean short.
Well, and that's the thing is like before we went to London, we went to H&M and we did like a full makeover for Martin's
Yeah.
clothing because I was like, you can't be wearing like dark jeans and like a dark t-shirt in the middle
Right.
of spring in London when I'm pulling out all these fits.
Right.
I was like,
Right.
we're gonna need to get you a nice breezy button up. We're gonna need to get you some cream
Yeah.
shorts.
Yeah.
We're gonna need to really fit
Airy
you, you know,
fabrics.
airy
Yeah.
fabrics. And that's exactly what we did, you know,
I
and thank
love it, dude.
God.
Get Martin a pair of
I'm not getting Martin
classic.
a
No,
pair
not the
of denim
shorts.
shorts.
Get Martin a pair. I'm telling you, dude, go back to the basics. Go and get him a pair of Levi jeans. I got Brian his
Well,
very
he does wear
first
Levi
pair. Oh,
jeans.
he does? Okay.
Oh my
I got
God,
Brian
yeah,
his
big
very
time.
first pair of Levi jeans. And he was like, are they like, he just at first was whatever. And they're his favorite jeans. Duh.
Dude, Levi's jeans are the best. And yeah, dude, that's like kind of all Martin wears for jeans. And then he just gets them
Really?
tailored. Yeah. Like he's like,
Brian wears the
we're a
J.
big
Crew.
tailoring family in this house. And this is riveting content. We're a big tailoring
Yeah.
household. Like, I
I wish
can't
I knew
recommend it
how to do it
enough.
myself.
Huh?
I wish I knew how to tailor
Yeah,
myself.
I know, but you
That's like a
don't. And I don't like when
skill.
people try and they can't and they don't. It's a
I'll
skill.
tell you that much. I don't.
And you know what? We're talking about your hair, and it is reminding me of a conversation that you and I had the other day about how you had like your peak in middle school, and then you just
Flopped.
flopped after
No.
that. And I don't think people realize we talk a lot about your high school experience and how you were bullied. And like, I'm not laughing at that.
No, it's literally
But
so funny. I sent that to Janessa, by the way, and we were dying
did you when we
laughing.
were
Yeah.
talking about it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was dying laughing because the truth in it is scary. Okay. Because I had asked you, because here's the thing. We were at my stepdaughter's graduation and I was like, remember when Janessa, who is one of my like lifelong best friends, she was like, I was like, remember when we did the 8th grade commencement speech
Mhm.
for
That's right.
graduation? And we
Yeah.
won best hair. And
Well,
we were
and then
just
I
like,
texted you and I was like, yeah, you guys also won best hair. It was like the commencement speech, best hair, most popular girls in middle school of it
friends.
all. Like had so
And
many
then,
friends. And then you guys went to high school and you just fell off, dude. You
dude,
guys
we
just were in your
fell off
flop era so hard in high
hard.
school. How did you guys do that?
I don't know, dude, because that's like an anomaly. Here's the thing. It was literally like,
Like
and
you
the
guys
thing
won best
is,
hair.
no,
You don't
we
get to
won.
win those things if you're
I
not
don't even know if they
popular.
have those anymore.
They don't.
Dude, they had literally best looking, which is crazy.
They do or they had?
They had best
Yes,
looking.
they did. They did.
But it's just crazy that like we like then it was like our flop era where we got so bullied, you guys. And we've talked about it. Whatever. I got pulled out of school. We both got pulled out of school because the bullying was so bad. Like people were literally like messaging us on fake accounts, being like, "Oh, like we're gonna be there at like 7:30 a.m. outside the front to kick your ass." I'm not even kidding.
I
We didn't talk to
know.
anybody. We literally ate in our Spanish teacher's room and ate in the bathroom. I'm not even kidding you. If she wasn't there, I would eat in the bathroom. And is that not so sad? I would
How
literally
did
go
you
in the
guys I
biggest
just
stall and sit there with my legs like and just eat there.
no, it's literally so sad. And it's just like I don't understand how you guys went from like winning the superlatives to like eating and you're like it's just as like and we were just giggling because it was just like the fall from grace was just it was really aggressive. It was
No,
really
and it was literally over
I
one
never won a
summer.
superlative. I mean, I got second for best hair, I will say. We've talked about it. I still have a chip on my shoulder. I still have a
Oh,
chip on my shoulder about this.
let's go
But
back. Recount.
Carly Bracco was the one who won best hair, and I will never forget it. And it's the Carly
Yeah.
Bracco of it all.
It's the Curly Brock over it. Did she have some
She just
did
had
she have
long blonde hair that
highlights?
she didn't cut. It was just long and blonde. That was it.
Okay, that's what we had too. So yeah.
I don't
Kind of. No,
know.
here's the thing. Mine was fried and straight
But it
and
was like that
fried.
Laguna Beach fried. You know what
Yeah,
I
it was like the
mean?
Kristen Cavallari, like fried bangs to the
Yes, like
side, fried
the
down.
bangs are like the chemical cut, the chemical haircut
Yeah.
of it all. And like
Yeah.
it's just like I don't know how you guys manage this. It's the
Michaela,
craziest thing.
it's
Because I
literally
that's
like
probably like why like we almost like couldn't fathom the bullying because we were like, what do you mean you guys were like so popular in middle school? Like
it's
how could this
literally
be happening
like
to you guys?
everyone got together during that summer from 8th to ninth, and they were like, "We're done with them, right? We're gonna
Right.
beat their ass, right?" Like,
Right.
people would
Also,
literally make
like
chat rooms about us.
here's the thing is like of all the people to be choosing, it's just like funny because it's like you guys are the nicest people. You guys were so sweet. You guys wouldn't have hurt a fly.
Also,
It's
like
kind of like pick on someone your literal own size, you guys. You're all a bunch of baby back bitches. If you came into school and you guys were like really confrontational and like all up in people's faces and like really trying everyone, I'd be
right.
like, yeah, maybe you guys like you were kind of asking for a little pushback from people. But like the fact that it was so unwarranted is just
Literally, we were squares. We still are squares.
I mean, you guys have always been squares, and I'm the
Always
first to say
afraid of
that.
everything.
You guys know we've talked about the fact that I drove Hunter and Janessa to a party. They were like, "We're gonna go to this party, like it's our like first party. We're so excited!" And I drove them, and I had plans that night, so I was like, "Okay, cool. I'm gonna drop Hunter and Janessa off at their like little party, and then like I'm getting out of here," you know. And I pull up to the front of the house, and you guys are like,
Yeah.
"We can't go in. We can't.
No, we
Michaela,
can't.
drive away. Michaela, they can't even see that we came. You need to drive." And I was just like,
Like, it gives me the
"Okay."
hives thinking about it now.
Literally, you
You
guys made me drive away. So we hadn't even like fully pulled up to the house, and you guys were like, "We can't do it.
And
We gotta
by the
go."
way, here's the thing about my high school experience. That was the beginning of my social anxiety that I still feel like
Mm,
that for events. Number 1.
yeah.
Number 2, for homecoming, do you wanna know what people did? What we did, I did one homecoming, ninth grade homecoming, and me and Janessa and mom went to the Buddha bar before.
Hmm.
Everyone else was, like, pre-partying, taking photos. We went get a little dinner together, and then we went there and then got picked up by mom. So it's like, guys, I just didn't
You
have
do
it,
not have to be like cool in high school to be cool afterwards,
no. N Are you kidding?
and
I'm also still not cool.
still not cool.
That's the thing. And I do feel like I missed out on, like, the proms and stuff of it all.
Yeah, right.
But,
Yeah, for sure. But like, here's the thing. Yes, and yes, absolutely.
yeah, maybe for my 40th, I'll do, like, a prom.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely like didn't miss. Like, I get it, it's definitely like a rite of
Yeah.
passage or whatever, but it also was kind of like they're very
I know.
underwhelming at the end of it. Like, it's not like the movies, you
I
know?
know.
Like,
Here's my favorite thing, is everyone gather close. Girlies, I know some of you
everyone
guys are
get in,
listening because y'all
gather around the
DM
fire
me.
pit. Islanders, gather around the fire pit.
Gather around the fire pit. The way that I would love to do something on Love Island, if you guys are listening,
I don't
tag
think I
Love
can
Island.
top Ariana Madix, though.
No, oh, no, 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 no,
She's
no, no,
just
no. Here's the
like
thing, Michaela. We're gonna get into this. I would never gun for her job, but just something how like Paige DeSorbo did. Anyways,
right.
we're gonna get into that because I have to talk about that
It's the
too.
Paige DeSorbo leaving in the middle of the thing. Okay, go
Okay,
ahead.
confused.
She literally left in the middle of the entire thing.
I
Yes,
know,
go ahead.
so funny, but that I want that job.
Right.
And I love when people DM me, and they'll still DM me if they hear me talk about it, whether it's on this podcast or like doing a press thing. They'll be like, "Oh my god, I had no idea. Had I have known, like I would have totally changed that and would have hung out with you. Like I had no idea." And I'm just like,
They knew.
really? You had no
Really?
idea? The whole
Would you
school
have?
knows.
Right,
Y'all would
right,
literally say shit when we would walk past you. What do you
right,
mean?
right. Well, it's like
Anyways,
they just wanna be in proximity of somebody that's successful. And this is why you have to befriend the nerds, you guys, because they're gonna grow up to be
for
something.
sure. Michaela, that's the truest thing that's ever been spoken. The popular ones, I'm so sorry, they're not gonna be popular.
Flops.
Except
They
for
flopped
Gavin
in life.
Newsom.
Right.
Gavin Newsom
Fl
was for sure popular. But
Oh my god, dude.
um,
If you guys have not seen the photos circulating of Gavin Newsom when he was young, here's the thing, you can say anything you
wowza.
want about the man. That's fine. I understand everyone's like feelings
Yeah.
about a lot of things. I
Yeah.
saw this thing that was like and this is so fucked and I'm not laughing at it. It's just here's the thing about our generation and Gen Z. We aren't serious. We're not serious. I saw a video of these people like raving while there were like the bombs being dropped. You know what I mean? It's like there's just like
Yeah.
we can't our
No.
brains have like rotted to where it's
Rotted.
like if we don't make a joke about something, we will not be able to survive the day.
Yeah, and we're
But I
all gonna
saw
be
this
robots in the
tweet.
next 10 years,
No,
guys.
literally. And like, I don't blame everyone, dude. It's like, are you kidding me? We're all losing our minds. But I saw this thread that was like, Gavin Newsom hates homeless people and Republicans, and he's all out of homeless people. And it's like, bro. But here's the thing. All of that is true, but you can't say he's not handsome.
He's a handsome.
He's a handsome motherfucker. Does he need
Dang
to
it.
absolutely crack down on a lot of things going on out here? Absolutely. He
Yes.
needs to address the fucking unhoused problem.
Yes.
But is he going to be
Just-
probably the only person that actually does the job of talking shit to Trump? Yeah, it looks like it.
Is he gonna look like he's maybe 6'2", 6'3", tall and lanky
Green
with a
eyes.
great head of hair and green eyes and won best dress in high school?
Yes.
Yeah, you bet your
Yes.
ass he is, okay?
Yes, dude. Is he basically like the Joker? Yes, but he's our Joker. Somebody
Yeah.
messaged me and was like, Gavin Newsom is like Loki. It's like he does horrible things, but then like when you really need him to show up for you, he
Right.
does. And you're kind of like,
No, he's literally the guy, and we talked about this last
Gavin.
podcast. He's the guy in high school that's like pushes you in a trash can
Mhm.
and then like he like laughs and points, and then if someone else does it, he's like, "That's no, you
Yeah.
don't do that. I do that to her.
I'm the one that does that to her, right?
I do that.
That's a romance novel. That's a
I'm
bully
the
romance novel.
Yeah, no,
And
for
we live
sure.
for a
Someone
bully
write that.
romance.
Someone
They
write
have.
that.
I've read it.
A bully
I
romance.
love a bully romance. Hunter's like, triggered.
Yeah.
It's
Can we talk about what?
Oh, I was just gonna say. But it's fine.
Well,
I'm quitting the podcast
no,
anyway.
quit.
Right.
You thought
I'm
you
gonna
could
quit.
just say something? Can I just say something that actually triggered me this
Yeah,
weekend?
please.
I bought something from Anthropology and it didn't end up working out. So I took it to return in store. And while I was in store, I found a really cute top that I was going to buy like in exchange, right? And I brought the dress up and this sales associate goes, "Was there anything wrong with this?" And I said, "Oh, it didn't fit the way that I expected it to." And then she goes, "Okay." And then I buy the shirt and she goes, "Were you actually able to try this one on?" Yep. Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
It's what's not being said for me.
That's exactly. And it was like, "Were you
What are
able
you
to actually try
implying?
this one on?"
Yeah,
With
did
a
you actually
smile.
try this one on? Fat girl, because this looks too small for you. I
No,
mean,
literally, Michaela, I literally was like, "I should just, you know what? Forget it. I won't even return it. I'll just eat the cost."
you're like, I just will never come back here again. That is truly.
Yeah.
I don't think people understand how just the tiniest things, like if you've grown up a big plus size girly, you like the smallest things can be like,
Yeah.
just like
Also,
ruin your day.
Also, by the way, why does it matter if I tried it
What do
on or
you
not?
fucking care if I come back 19 times?
Literally. I'm like, what does it
Who matters?
matter?
What does it matter?
It made me just feel so
not your money.
like it made me just feel so yucky. That's one thing. Number two, before we get on Love Island, because I do want to talk about that. Hudson has been blowing up my freaking spot lately. So he's definitely in his era where he's just like telling the truth, right? Which like we love. But for instance, we were at this kid's store the other day and he had wanted this like big truck thing. And I was like, "No, we're not going to get that. We're not buying toys today, whatever." And then he kept asking and I was like, "Okay, well, listen, if we get this, like that's one of your birthday presents. Like that's a big gift and that's going to be one of your birthday presents." And then we bought it. And I was like, "Okay, happy birthday, bud. Like, there's a birthday present, whatever." And then the guy behind the counter goes, "Oh, happy birthday." And then Hudson goes, "It's not actually my birthday." And I'm like, okay, embarrassing, right?
Right.
And then I'm like in the bathroom. This was this morning. And I'm going number 2. Okay.
Mhm. Right.
I don't go in front of my husband. So we know
Right.
this. You don't either.
She was honking a log out, right?
I was pinching a loaf, dude. Okay.
So that's so great when we talk like that. If men only knew.
I know,
If
dude.
men only knew.
And Hudson opens the door. If you have kids, you know. And I'm like, "Close the door." And he goes, ew, mommy's going poop. They're screaming it throughout the, and I'm just like, oh my God, we have entered this era where it's like there's no fibbing. There's no it's not
No.
like yeah, blowing my cover, dude.
Right.
Blowing my cover.
That's so funny that you talk about this because Martin showed me this TikTok last night, and basically it was like a radio show, and someone had called in, and basically what this radio show does is if you go on a date and the person ghosts you, the radio show will reach out to the person that ghosted you and be like, why did you ghost this person, right?
Oh
And
my
so that's what happened. This one woman, she like was like, this guy ghosted me, we had a great date, but like then he just completely ghosted me, I don't know what happened. So they call the guy, and the guy is like, well, I mean, he was like, everything was good, but like eventually she started like doing really like saying really gross things. And the people in the thing were like, what do you mean gross? Like, what's like, huh? And he goes, yeah, at one point she said that she had to leave the table to go to the bathroom to like basically what we were just saying, like pinch out a loaf. Like she was using that kind of vernacular. And I have to send you, I have to send you, I have to send you the
crazy.
TikTok.
That's
She said she had to honk out a dirt snake.
Here's the
and then
thing though.
and she like
That's
kept
obviously
saying
that guy's
that.
not for you. You know that there's a guy out there who
No.
would literally crack up
But
and
who
be
would do
like,
that though when you're at dinner, bro? Like that's the thing is like they were at dinner and then she comes back and I guess she like patted her stomach and she was basically just like, okay, like thank God, like now I have like room. You know what I mean? It was just like just being so and
crass.
it's just like it was just so funny. I have to send you guys
That's
I have to send you the TikTok and you guys definitely look it up. It was so funny.
dude, that is literally diabolical. But Michaela, I'm
She
telling you,
said
there's a
download a brown load.
what? Is this another date?
No, it was the same girl. She's like, yeah, I got to go download a brown load.
I
Right
thought she
after
said
she
she
just said
has
she had to honk out a dirt snake. She said both of these things. And they were like, are they're like, you got to be
I'm
lying. He's like,
sorry,
I'm not lying. Like, this is, you can
Michaela.
ask.
There's some guy out there who would be cracking up and be like, "That's my girl."
I don't
Like,
know who that guy
I
is,
think
though.
so.
I, I just don't know. If you are that guy for the 4% male
Colin,
listenership that we have, call in because
that's
what?
crazy.
Also, you know what we haven't had in a minute because we haven't really talked about it is a speak pipe. If you guys don't know, we have a link to our speak pipe, which is where you can go on and leave a message or you can ask a question, you can tell a story. I want to hear that. What I want to hear, what I would love to hear is I want to know the like small town gossip in your area
Oh my god,
because
please,
you guys know we like
please,
live
please,
for
please,
small
please,
town
please,
gossip. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear your guys' like
please,
really crazy things that's happened. You can even like talk about one of like the worst things that you have said on a date or like heard on a date.
or like
Come
some
on.
drama going on in your small town. By the
I
way,
love her.
it
Or just
doesn't.
drama
It's
and you're like I want to hear like the
give us a
drums.
drama. Also, it's completely anonymous. You don't even have to put your name in. If you
Yeah.
like, we have no idea who it is
We
if
have
you
no idea
didn't
who you
share.
are.
Not that we would literally care. Like you're one of us,
No, we don't care. But for
but
you, if like maybe you want to like protect people's identity or whatever, I don't know. Or you could just literally say everyone's name and just be like, I don't give a
literally.
fuck. I'm trying to start shit. Like, I don't know if it was like on TikTok or Reels, but I saw someone that was like, it was like, what's the worst thing that your like former best friend has ever done to you? And one of the comments was like, my former best friend cheated on her husband with my husband, and then like named like gave her full name, her full government name,
Oh
and was
my
like, I'm
god.
tired of being silent. And everyone was just like, okay, messy queen.
Wow. I want her to
Like,
call into the
I
podcast.
know, do call on. She
Like
was
tell
like
us.
Teresa James. And it was just like,
Oh my god.
so we need
Dude,
that
that
drama
is
because we're just like, we don't have a lot of drama right now in our lives, which is like
no, because
good,
it's giving
but it's
mom,
also
dude. I'm literally a
boring.
mom. Like what?
And I don't leave my house.
Yeah.
I leave
We
my
need your
house to
guys'
protest,
drama.
and that's it.
Yeah.
Which I have a very wonderful burn
Sunburn?
from.
It looks a little bit better though.
It's so much better. That's the thing about my skin, dude. It's gonna burn, but it's
It
also
bounces
gonna just
back.
fade. Yeah, it bounces back.
Yeah.
We need to talk about Love Island. If you guys aren't watching it, what are you doing? Like, also, to be fair, I saw someone that was like, how does anyone have time for Love Island? And I'm like, I don't have kids, so, like, I don't know
Yeah,
what
but
else to
also
tell
I have
you,
kids,
but
and, like, the thing is it's like
it's
here's
an
the thing.
hour a night.
It's an hour a night. If you can commit to that, I think it's worth it. I think this season's getting
That's the
really
thing. Don't
good.
you feel like it's worth it?
Yeah, like, I think for sure, but I think that once you start asking people to watch multiple, Michaela, then it gets
I
kooky.
didn't
But
ask
I
you to
think an
watch
hour a
UK.
night.
I did not
No,
ask
I
you to
know, so
watch
I'm
UK.
sticking with US. Now here's the thing. If you haven't been caught up to episode,
12.
I think 12, yeah, then pause this.
Yeah. 12 was the night before last.
Pause this here if you haven't, and we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week because we'll touch on it next week. We need to do a rapid fire kind of like overview of what happened.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
What
well, I just mean like, okay, if you haven't watched it, then like stop listening right now, okay? Because we're just probably going to talk about Love Island, okay? But if you have, or maybe if you just want to hear it and you're not really that emotional about it. Also, like, I feel like if you even been on socials, you're going to know kind of what happened. That some
Yeah,
shit
no,
went down
my
episode 12.
stepdaughter literally knew before we did. She was like, "Oh my god, wait, watch this. I saw it on TikTok.
Right.
We'll watch your
Right.
shit."
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. And this is why you have to keep up because like it's the talk of the watering. You know what I mean? They say it's like water cooler talk. This is
Before
what
we
it
do
is.
anything,
Also, appointment
can I
television is so back.
oh, it's so back.
Anyway,
I
go
love it.
ahead.
Before we do anything, can I just say, Ariana,
Mhm.
every time she walks
Mm.
in, it's the same vibe as when Maya Jama walks in. I literally am just like, the uh, every time. The
Every
styling, the
time
hair, the
she
makeup, the
eats
bod. I'm
down.
like, "Are you absolutely joking me right now?"
No, and
Insane.
we need to give a big shout out to Emily Men, who is our stylist, who is a friend of mine, and she eats every single time.
Wowzers.
She eats every time. So that's what I'll say. Ariana is absolutely demolishing, eating it up, no crumbs. And yeah, she just
Her
looks
outfit last
incredible.
night?
Oh,
Or was it the night before? Maybe it was
yeah,
the night
well, it's the
before?
night
Yeah,
before.
no, the night before.
So episode 13 was last night. So it's the fallout of the episode that you
Yeah, like, when she
watched.
was wearing that, like, cutout thing, I was like, "Holy shit." Okay, so there was a recoupling that happened that was
Hmm.
chosen by America. So 3 bombshells came in, and then those 3 bombshells got recoupled by America. What I
Right.
think is so crazy about this is that was the first time it's ever been done, number
Hmm.
1. Number 2, we are obviously seeing things that are going on that these people in the villa are not seeing because of course this is real time, like they're there right now
Right.
and we're just seeing it like 24, 48 hours after.
Hmm.
They're so I it's crazy. First of all, how do we vote? Like I have to get like into like an email inbox or something because I want
Yeah.
to like
The app.
play
I think
along.
the app and also you text. So it's like,
Okay.
yeah, so you just have to text it in
The
and
recoupling was
crazy.
this thing ever.
Best thing ever. The
The
thing is like
greatest
when
ever.
the producers let the country chime in, it's like it is pretty ruthless because
We
it is
want
a
good TV. We
well, yeah,
know what's gonna make.
and it's also like a temp check, I feel, for the Islanders to be like, oh wow, this is like how America's interpreting me, my relationship. This is how
Yeah.
they feel about me. This is how they feel about my partners, this is how they feel about the other Islanders. Like, I really think that I almost wish that we could like inject a little bit more of America's like
I
opinion
agree, but
so that they can know.
I think that, like, that they it might be for this season. I
Yeah.
also think it must feel so weird to be in this and have absolutely 0 contact to the outside world, but
Yeah.
also know that your face is plastered on social media and television every
Yep.
single day, and people
Right.
are watching this whole thing unfold. That must be such a mind weird feeling, like, I
You
can't
got to
even
feel like a zoo
imagine.
animal. Yeah.
Totally, and also just being like, "Oh my god, this is" yeah, it's just I can't even fathom it really.
Yeah. Well, it's also like I feel like what's good though is that I think at one point you forget that there's cameras, which is a good and a bad thing.
I think that's exactly what happens because they're
Yeah.
all kinda hidden and, like, that's why it feels so real.
Right. And they like forget that the cameras are there and they're just saying stuff, you know? I mean, there's
Mhm.
been so many times where someone will say something in all seasons where I'm just like, okay, you guys know the camera's on you, right? Like,
I
and
know.
maybe they forget though. They must forget. That's what all of the reality, like Real Housewives always say. They're like,
Yeah.
I just forgot the cameras were there. Um, but I'm gonna rapid fire opinions, okay? Are you ready
Okay.
for this?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that Ace is a producer plant. I think that he is in there to stir shit up. I think that he is a necessary evil in the
Mhm.
sense of he is down to call everyone out. I
Mhm.
also think he has a chip on his shoulder about men uh like treating women immediately with like the kind of like love and respect that Jeremiah showed Huda. As someone
Mhm.
who's never had a relationship, that's a little red flaggy to me. I'm almost like,
Mhm.
oh, you're someone who's never had a relationship, which means you've never pulled the trigger to
Right.
like,
But also, can I just jump in really quickly on that?
yes,
Part
please.
of me is kind of like, I kind of agree because y'all are here to play the game, right?
No, I'm not saying I disagree with
Part.
him.
Okay.
I'm saying that like a portion of
Right.
his like ire, I think is it's almost like it's both of those and they're kind of fueling each other.
Right,
It
right,
just
right,
so
right, right,
happened
right.
the cars fell that way. The cards fell that way.
Right.
I don't think that he would ever like respect or appreciate a man who like quickly linked up with a woman as someone who has never had a relationship. Because he's probably been like, no, like I can't get into a relationship with you. I can't get into a relationship with you. It's too soon. This is too much. You're too clingy. Like he's
Right.
that kind of guy who just does that until the girl's like no longer interested in him. So like for
Right, right,
me,
right,
that's a
right.
little bit, but I do agree with you. Like I said, he's a necessary evil. Like he's
Yeah.
someone who's gonna call it
He's
like
gonna
it
play the
is.
game and he's gonna go for the bombshell who comes in.
He's the only one that's actually A playing the game and B has like the spine to call guys out. Okay. And the women too is the one thing I'll say. Huda scares me and I'm honestly afraid to say anything about her at this point. I'm gonna lock my doors to go to
Yeah.
bed tonight.
Honestly, same.
Okay.
Honestly, same.
Because I'm terrified of her. And
I'm hoping it's just a bad edit.
I'm hoping it's just about it, but is it, dude? It's like you said what you said. The thing is like, and this is another. If I can just, or if I can just like,
Which part you said, which you said are you referring to?
well, okay, so
All of it?
it's kind of like what the housewives also always say is like they can't edit you bad if you don't say the things. So like if you don't say
Yeah.
or you don't behave in a way, like the fact that she was saying to him like don't ever tell people if we're arguing and don't ever tell
Yeah.
people our business. I was
And
like,
did you eat? Did you eat all of
did
your
you eat?
food?
Yeah, it's like very he's like she's like you need to eat. It's like first of all you actually are giving mommy and two
I'm
it's
dying
giving
that
like
I'm
it's
dying that
giving like
both guys were like
what?
mommy as in like MAMI, mommy.
Right, like a mom,
Both
like
of
you're a
them that they told.
mommy. Yeah, like they're just the brain rot is real. I don't like. I feel like she's like isolating people. Like I don't think it's right to tell people never to tell your business because I understand it's like yeah, don't tell people your
You're
business, but
on
also
a
like you need to be able to bounce things
reality
off.
show.
Yeah, but like you need to be able to bounce things off of people around you, and like that's like the number one thing that a narcissist that will do, or like a sociopath type person. I'm not saying she's these, but I'm saying that it's like that behavior makes me uncomfortable when someone is like, "Don't tell anyone anything going on
It's like
bad."
why? What's
It's
gonna
like, yeah,
happen? Like what are
why?
they?
It's like because that isolates you from your friends and your family, from like talking about things and then getting
Right.
feedback from them. So I
Right.
don't think she wanted anyone to be giving Jeremiah any feedback or waking his ass up to what's actually going on, which is that she's being kooky and she's looking for apparently a father for her child. Like, I don't know.
Which you know my thoughts on that whole thing. I just could not yeah, I don't think I could do it. But
Don't you
um
think as a mom you'd use, and I'm not trying to like, I'm not, this is just, don't you think as a mom you'd want to use a little more discernment about a guy that you're bringing around your kid and you're trying to link up with? Don't you think you'd want to like kind of search out the right guy and like not link up with
yes.
someone right away
Yes, I would be like
and
if
not
this
have
is
sex on
somebody,
episode 10?
I mean literally, and also just I personally couldn't go 6 weeks or whatever it is without
Yeah, no
seeing my
contact
kid
with your
in
kid for
general.
6 weeks is like that. I feel like that must be really hard. I wonder
I
if that's
can't even
like,
imagine.
do you think that that's adding to her emotion?
Maybe. I mean, I can't imagine how hard that is for a mom to like you know, like here's the thing. You know how I am and it's going to make everyone angry, but like part of me is like she is cuckoo bananas, but then also I'm like, maybe her being away from her kid is her being like, I want to try to give my kid a better life with maybe finding somebody and maybe winning some of this money, whatever. Like maybe there's part of that. But I just think that the way that she is going around it is crazy. Now, I will say the moment that Iris and Jeremiah, I knew as soon as America could recouple, I was like, oh, for
Yeah,
sure.
we knew.
You're out of there. You're out.
We knew.
You're out. I
We
actually thought she might have
knew
been
that
sent
America.
home,
Well, that's why when I
but she
texted
can't.
you,
She'll never be sent home.
no, that's why I texted you. I was like, what I wanted to happen happened, because what I wanted to happen was for Jeremiah and Huda to get broken up. Just because they need to like explore their connections.
What does that mean if you're broken up? Like, just you don't sleep together next to
You
each
just don't
other?
sleep together. You just don't sleep in the same bed. And
Okay.
like you're just going to be more coupled up with the other person. Do you know what I mean? Like you're going to have more of an intimate
Right.
opportunity because you're in the bed with them. And, you know, a lot of times that does create like more of a connection with people. So it is a little bit
Right.
like jarring for the person if they are the person that's getting uncoupled
I
and
could
your
actually see Iris
man.
and him together.
I can too, but like I also feel like Jeremiah kind of likes the toxicity. Like she'll be
For
like,
sure.
fucking don't ever say that. And he's like, you're so cute.
I know.
And
He's
I'm
like,
just
you're
like,
so
oh,
cute. You're
you want,
crazy.
yeah, he's like, you're so great. I'm like, oh, you love the toxicity about it all.
Yeah.
And then the thing is that you haven't seen the Fallout episode yet
From last night.
from last night. But like what I will say is that the girls are not holding Huda accountable for her behavior. It's way too much. They're trying to be last season's Leah, Serena, Janae, like
Right.
girls. And I'm like, you can be there for your girl, but you can still be like, hey, you're
Yeah.
acting
Keep her in check.
crazy right now.
Right. Right.
We shouldn't be afraid to leave Iris in the same room with you.
Dude, but that is crazy that like there's so much of this jealousy and we're only on episode 13. Like this is crazy and this is I actually
Crazy.
had there was a girl who god, I'm trying to say this in a way where I don't think she obviously I don't think she listens, but there was a girl who was very good friends with one of my best friends.
Hmm.
And the guy that she's now currently married to, when they were dating, she got wind that he thought another one of my best friends was hot.
Okay.
And I remember one time going out with them, she was sobbing, crying because they were all in the same room together. And she was so upset that they were because she
Mm,
found out that he thought she was hot. It's giving that.
it's
It's
giving that.
giving that, which is
It's
literally the
giving
most
unstable.
toxic. And I'm like, guys, don't also, by the way, someone like that should not go on this show.
I agree with you. I feel like they're like the thing is though that they do psychological analysis, and I'm like, have we
Do they?
not done a psychological analysis? Yeah, they do. They also see a psychologist every day. Every day they take their medication every morning and they see a psychiatrist every single day. And they have check-ins throughout the day to make sure because people have unalived themselves from the show.
Really?
Like, you, well, yeah, there's been three people who've, I think, committed suicide. The old host of UK, the one that was before, the one that was before Maya. So her,
I didn't
and
know
then
that.
two
Wait, the
contestants.
blonde
Yeah.
girl?
Yeah, the like not the like short blonde one, the one that's married to Ian Sterling,
Okay.
but the one before that. She Caroline, or
Oh
she
my.
had like kind of long brownish blondish hair.
Yeah.
She was the first host. Yeah. So they take it very seriously now.
Yeah. Well, that's
Um
good. I like
and
hearing
some
that.
contestants have left because of their mental health. I mean, it happens almost like every other season. I feel like somebody leaves because of their mental health. So
Yeah.
they take it very seriously. I also like wonder if maybe Huda like she almost is like a little emotionally I don't want to say unintelligent, but like unintelligent, but like her EQ is a little bit more of someone that's a teenager. And I wonder if because she had her kid at 19, she almost is like
Mm.
stuck in that age. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because you kind of then have to just snap into being there for somebody else
Yeah,
instead
like
of
being a
like,
mom, being a mommy.
yeah.
And that whole situation also, the her and Nick and the mommy of it
I
all.
don't
And then
love
him
her
being
not
like,
like wanting to tell everybody the whole mom thing. I don't like that.
I don't
To
like it
me, I'm like, why are you
either.
hiding
It's
like
usually it's like a
being a mom?
do you think it's being like a crutch almost? She's like, okay, but like I'm a mom. And it's like, okay,
Right.
but
And I'm also just
what?
like, you're like, why there's nothing to be ashamed of. That's like a
No.
beautiful thing.
I think it's
Yeah.
fair to say it up front. Is like, "I'm a mom.
Yeah.
So if you wanna get on board, you gotta get on board with my kid too."
Exactly, like right off the bat.
Right. Also, the funniest thing was when she told Nick, and Nick was like, "You know what's so crazy? I too have a little bit of something like a child," because he had,
Oh, his
donated
sperm
his
donor.
sperm. He's a sperm donor to
Which, by the
friends
way, is
who were
crazy.
which is, like, crazy, but also just so funny. He's like, "So, like, yeah, I get it." It's like,
No,
"Babe,
and
they're not the same thing, but
no.
okay, king. It's not the same
Leave it to a guy to
thing."
just be like, "I kinda get it."
Be like, "Honestly, like, I'm right there with you, babe, and I'm gonna be that
What are your
baby's
thoughts on the
uncle."
Hannah of it all and Pepe?
The Hannah Pepe of it all, there's something about Pepe I don't like. I don't really like that Pepe was doing that, like, slapping Nick on the stomach when he was walking away. Like, it was very, like, he's giving, like, old world, like, misogynistic vibes to me. Like, he's the
Yeah.
kinda guy that's gonna, like, shake your hand and, like, grip it so tight, and you're just like, "Okay, like, get it, you're
Ugh.
the big man." So that's my, like, vibe on Pepe at first.
I need him to shave his head because it's like, "Honey,
Well, it's like, give it up.
give it up."
You know, you're
Bless.
balding. You're balding. Also, he has a Joker tattoo. That's a red flag to
Oh,
me. He has a big,
really?
huge Joker tattoo right here. And I'm like, you're literally giving that you were the evil villain.
Whoa, that's
Why do you
making
have a
me
Joker
jealous now.
tattoo, bro? Like, how can you relate to an evil villain? And then it's like everyone's so surprised about the Hannah Charlie Pepe of it all. And I'm like, literally, Charlie was making a pass at Amaya, who was, like, allegedly Hannah's best friend. Of course, Amaya's gonna choose to take Charlie off because she's like, "Oh, you must not be that serious about my friend if
Also, they
you're making a
literally
pass at me
decided to, like, be serious 5 minutes before this whole thing, so it's
5
like you
minutes
guys were too
before."
late.
Yeah.
Also, Amaya, I love her, but just literally being like, "We don't want
Like,
to."
they were
I
like, as
was
if the producers were like, "Whoever you pick is gonna be put to death by firing squad."
I know, dude. I was literally like, "Okay."
She was like, "We don't wanna do this," and
I
I said it
know.
on my stories. I was like, "I really thought the producers were gonna be like, okay, damn, maybe we won't. Maybe we won't do this,' because, like, the way that Amaya, I mean, she's so telenovela coded. I love her. She's just like,
Love it.
"No, we can't. We can't. No, you can't
Such good
make me."
TV, brilliant.
Oh, she's so it was
Also, her
just such good
eyeballs, she's so
TV.
stunning.
She's so beautiful. Everyone says she looks like that Pinky Doll girl from TikTok, the one who's like, yum, delicious. Thank you.
Of
Maybe
course,
I'll
I
wear
don't know who it
this."
is.
Of course you don't know. But the
Of course.
people do.
Yeah.
Um, and then let's see, have we left anybody out? I'm sure we have.
Nick, but
Taylor and Alondria. Taylor and Alondria, they remind me of like a married couple of like 45 years. You know, there's a friendship there, but there's no
yeah, but
physical
Alondria is
chemistry.
now with,
Olandria is now with Jalen, but there's even less
Jalen.
chemistry there to me.
Yeah, Jalen's cute though, I think.
He is cute. He is cute. Listen, they're
Yeah.
all good looking. It's like no one's an
Did
absolute
any
dog
bombshells
in
come
the
in last
bunch.
night or no?
No, I don't think they're going to do a lot more bombshells. I mean, we've had a lot of bombshells at this point. I think the Chelly and
They're for
Austin,
sure gonna do more
they'll
bombshells.
do like one or two, but then Casa's coming up. So it's
That's
like, that's 5 bombs. That's 10 bombshells if you think about it.
that's true.
And I don't want to say anything about Austin because he's a fucking Trumper. I don't really want to say much on Charlie because he's a Trumper and a Zionist, so I
Okay,
don't want
but
to talk about him
also
either.
isn't Maya a Trumper too?
I don't know. I haven't seen any of that
Okay, I don't
information.
know. I was reading something, but I don't know.
That could be true, but I know
Allegedly.
that
Allegedly.
allegedly all these people are, it's alleged for lawyer's sake. But Hannah's sister did come on and make a TikTok and said that when Hannah finds out about Charlie's like political stance, she's going to be so glad that he got voted off.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so like apparently Hannah's like very much like
Okay, because she's from
anti.
Arizona, so I was
I
curious
thought the same
about
thing. I was like, "Oh, this could go either way." She could be like one of those like party girls. It's like, "Yes, everyone love everyone." Or
yeah.
she could be, but the thing is she didn't go to Arizona State. I judged her. I judged her because I was like, "An Arizona girl, that must mean Arizona State." She didn't go to Arizona State.
Oh,
I think she went to school in I think she went to Fullerton if I'm remembering
okay.
correctly. So that was like, "Oh, interesting." But yeah, so her sister literally did TikTok. I can send it to you where she was like, "Trust me, it was so heartbreaking to see my sister so upset, but when she comes out and she sees
Oh,
what he's
good.
all about, his tweets and things,
That's
she's
like
going to be
something you
so
would
glad."
do. You would do it. You'd be
Andre, if
like,
you were in Love
"Mm."
Island, I'd be like, "Oh my god, would I be on TikTok?" Every night there'd be a full
I know you'd be
debrief.
like, "Oh my god, she's like, she has no idea." Dude, I'm trying to get Kennedy, my hair girl, to go on Love Island. I know.
Kennedy would be
Yeah. Would she not just be so
She's so,
good?
because she's so hot and cool
I
and,
know.
like,
And she's like
funny.
28. I know. So Love Island casting, if you're here, like I have the perfect person for you.
The last thing I just wanna say is that every time Shelly is on the screen, you can turn over and look at me, and
You're
I'm
gay.
deceased on the couch.
No, gay. She's
I'm gay.
like we talked about last week. We'll talk about it every week. She's like,
The face card is absolutely bananas, and every time I see her, I'm just
honestly, the
like,
face card is like kind of reminding me of Janae.
absolutely. Whereas every time it
Janae
just
is like dude. Every time Janae came on screen, I was like, "Are you?"
I need
Shit.
Shelly and Sierra to just like go off into the sunset together. I'm like,
Thank
you're
you.
like, Shelly, you're gay. Don't be on the show. Like,
Don't
you
be on the
like
show.
women. Why are you here? Her and Sierra need to
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
get off of this show and be together forever. Sierra
Thank
is the
you.
best dressed one that has been on the show in years, and that's all I'm going to say about anyone. That's it.
Thank you. Thank you. We're wiping our hands now.
Wiping my hands
So
clean of this.
that's our recap. Guys, let us know your thoughts. Take it to the Patreon. Take it
We're
to
chatting right now in the
Instagram.
Patreon, by the way. We're
We're
in the chat.
literally right now.
I'm
Go
in the
right
chat
now
right
and
now.
let's chat.
Mhm.
And we will see y'all next week. We'll
Yeah, and if you're
get some good
not
chat.
Patreon member, make sure that you subscribe. $5 a month. You
Mhm.
get 2 extra episodes a month. You get all of our video. You get
Mhm.
no ads, and you get access to our chat, which again, we are right now, as we're speaking, talking in the chat room about Love
Yes.
Island.
So
So come on
gorge.
over, guys.
Yep.
Love you guys so
All
much.
right. Love you.
See you
Bye.
next week. Bye.
Thank you guys so much for listening. You can catch a new episode of Model Citizen every Thursday. And please don't forget to follow the podcast so you don't miss any of the action. We want to hear from you. So please leave a rating and review and follow us on socials for all the behind the scenes action at Hunter McGrady and Michaela McGrady. And don't forget, you are worthy, you are loved, and you are capable of doing all wonderful things. Bye, guys.